I'm Sal.
I'm Beth.
We are the Brewery Lovers, here to tell you about NOLA. New Orleans, Louisiana, mostly.
There's a couple non-NOLAs
Yeah, well,
here.
mostly NOLA.
Mostly NOLA.
We were so excited to go back to New Orleans because we hadn't been in, how many years?
29.
Just 29 years. We rushed right back. Love New Orleans. Hadn't been there since Katrina, hadn't been there since COVID, so it was like we had a chance to do it, and we did, and there's some really good breweries in New Orleans. We're going to tell you about them. Also, New Orleans is just one of the prettiest places on earth. I mean, look at this main street. We were there at Christmas time, of course, and then trolleys and everything were all decorated. But just a superbly beautiful place. That's like,
and
the
it's
main...
a carry. You can take beer out.
Take
New
beer
Orleans.
out. Yeah. This was our harvest host. It was confusing because this brewery was so big, and we pull up and I think, how could I have never heard of this place? It's called Faubourg. Well, it used to be called Dixie. They changed the name for, I guess, political correctness reasons.
Yeah.
But Dixie was really messed up badly in Katrina, and they rebuilt in a different spot, kind of on the outskirts of town. But it was a really great harvest host because they locked the gate at night, and the only problem is that it was far away, so we just Ubered around to the different breweries. What are we drinking?
We don't have any left from Louisiana.
We did have some Louisiana beers.
So.
Old Standby. Can't go wrong. Oh, it's Torpedo.
Torpedo.
I thought it was going to be Sierra Nevada Pale.
No.
This stuff.
One of my favorites.
It is an absolutely wonderful West Coast IPA, I guess. Double-ish.
It's hoppy.
It's not double.
It used to be like the hoppiest.
Yeah, it's not double
not
strength.
Hoppiest,
it's just
pretty,
crazy hoppy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. Cheers.
Cheers.
Anyway, here's Faubourg. This is pretty much a brand new brewery because they built it after the storm. Beer was okay. They have a couple of... they used to just make sort of regular beer back in the day. Dixie's an old brand. They've been around a long time. And but now they're doing some stuff. They're doing a couple IPAs. Did you write any of that down?
Well, I know. I had one that was called Satsuma.
Oh, yeah. It was
had
a citrus.
It had Satsuma oranges in it, which
Yeah.
I had to look up what that was because I didn't know what it was.
But a really beautiful place. We met these other RVers who were also staying in the parking lot. What did I say their names were? Sandy and Chris.
Chris?
And a dog.
And Barney?
And a dog called Barney. So it's always fun to meet other wacky RV people at the brewery. But nice place to hang. We recommended it.
Food was good.
Food was very good.
Popcorn was free.
Popcorn was free. Yeah. See, post-COVID. Free popcorn. That was like...
There was a scoop.
Try to find that during
bag.
COVID. Forget about it. But again, it's such a pretty place. And it's a real party town. Although it was
Great food town.
Amazing food town. We did have some gumbo. There's Crying Eagle, not in New Orleans, but in Lake Charles.
Mm-hmm. Louisiana.
Also, this was a harvest host, so we just dropped it in here. Really pretty place. Nice brewery. Nicely put together.
Good pizza.
They had a fire, big brewery. Very clean.
Very big. Very clean.
And they had a open fire pizza thing happening here. We did not order pizza. Imagine that.
It smelled great.
Did we eat there? I think we might have eaten something.
We did eat something there, but I don't remember what it was.
Nice place. Beer was solid. Kind of off the beaten track, but it was a nice little brewery. Just New Orleans. It's just so pretty. This old red stone church and street scene. This is Crescent City. Crescent City has a history with us because when we started this going to brewery thing, there weren't that many. And we were in Crescent City when it was the only brewery. I'm pretty sure it was the only brewery in town.
Only brewery in New Orleans.
So
that was 29 years ago.
If it's not
drastically changed.
29, big difference. If it's not the oldest, it's definitely one of the oldest, and it hasn't changed. The beer was good. They only have like 4 or 5. And,
there wasn't a huge selection, but it was a pretty place. It was
dark wood.
We had a great beer tender.
Old 90s brewery, the copper-clad kettles. You don't see them anymore. Yeah, bartender was great. Bartender was also great at Faubourg. She was
she was great
marvelous.
too.
But we just had to put this in here because for us it was kind of nostalgic.
Yeah.
And the beer was okay.
Yeah. And one of them we had was smoked, which I love smoked.
Yeah, that's right. They had a smoked beer.
Yep.
We love smoked beer. Always get the smoked beer. Cobblestone, old churches. Whoops, that's your glass. Sorry.
It's okay.
So here's Urban South. This was more of a typical brewery that we find in a sort of an industrial area. Big, and lots of space. And they had this adorable little old RV trailer, which of course
they probably use for outside events.
We assume they use it for events because it has all
it's
these
got
tap handles.
handles.
Yeah, built into it. But it was really adorable, and it just really colorful. All this pink and green, and of course the trailer matched the brand colors. Let's see, what do you got there? Foam, HR.
Yeah, Foam, Hazy IPA with Citra, Holy Roller IPA,
Holy Roller.
Citra and Mosaic, Coconut Stout, and Cucumber Line Goza.
Coconut Bill. That's why it says Bill on the flake.
Okay.
And that Goza. I liked it.
Yeah.
You didn't like it, right?
Well, I don't like cucumber.
You don't like cucumber. Yeah.
Especially, but and it was pretty cucumbery. It was more cucumbery for my taste.
It was good. That was fun. I could have hung there for a while, but we had to.
That was our first stop of the day, we had a lot of places to hit.
Yeah, we couldn't stay too long. These beautiful old live oaks, and gas lights. This I thought was the brewery when we got there, but it's not. It's next to the brewery. But what a beautiful
it's pretty.
oh my God, this is like probably some merchant's mansion from years ago. So here's the actual brewery Courtyard, which is next to that merchant house, which is the name of the building. I don't know what goes on in there, but it's some kind of a public building. It's not a private home anymore. Nothing to look at, just sort of a small, it was dark.
Yeah, and it had those cool floating candles.
Yeah, you'll see them in a minute. This is their motto, perfecting day drinking since 2014. The beer was absolutely superb. It was just, it's a goofy little place.
And they have really limited hours, but people were like waiting to get in.
Yeah. Lots of taps. Look at all those taps and wait till you see the brewery tanks. I love this. Look at how the shelves are sagging from the vinyl. Here are the floating candles. They also had an ice cream place inside. We did not have ice cream. Imagine that. We did not order ice cream. And
there's the brewery.
That's not the brewery. That's just a couple little fermenters. But the brewery was that. It was like tiny, teeny little tanks. It's amazing. They must brew all the time, every day, sometimes twice a day, because they had a ton of stuff on.
Yeah.
What did we like?
We had, and they had really cool names there too. I love it when the names are funky. We had Sonic Youth in 1983. Which was an IPA with Simcoe, Mosaic, Crystal, and Columbus, and it was awesome. And then the other one we had was Prose versus Poetry, which was another IPA, and it was also wonderful.
Yeah, really good. Anyway, very highly rated. That was a destination for us because it was really highly rated on some of the beer apps, and it well deserved.
Yep.
This car looked like it was in a jungle.
Somebody's driveway.
Yeah, it's New Orleans. Everything's tropical. The cool thing about New Orleans, if you go in the summer or the spring, every crack of every sidewalk has flowers growing out.
Something growing out of it.
It's unbelievable.
Cracks in the wall.
Yeah,
flowers.
We were there. Of course, it was chilly. It wasn't crazy cold. We were there before the crazy cold hit, but it was chilly. As you can see, we're pretty well bundled up.
Welcome to New Orleans. Takeaway cups.
Not in New Orleans. Probably our favorite overall.
It was in Hammond,
Louisiana. It's about an hour, maybe?
Yeah, like an hour north of New Orleans.
Pouring rain when we got there. And you'll see, the tasting room was basically in the brewery. So they had all the doors open because the guys were in there brewing.
Brewing, canning, and cleaning.
Yeah.
They were doing everything.
And, they wanted...
There's the canning machine.
Yep, there's a bunch of stuff back there. You could see, steam happening. And so they had the doors open, to ventilate. And it was freezing cold.
It was really cold in there.
But A lot of skateboard theme, everything. A lot of skateboards here on the bar. Bartender was awesome, by the way.
Yes, he was.
A lot of stuff on tap. This is the skateboard-shaped charging station. Everything's made from old skate decks, and
including the
flight rack. Yeah, and I'll tell you what, the beer was absolutely superb. We had a barrel-aged Wee Heavy. We had the Fest beer, which was excellent, right down the middle.
Juicifer, which was a juicy hazy. We took a 6-pack of that with us.
Yep.
But it's gone.
Gone.
And one called Social Lubricant, which was another juicy hazy.
Yeah, all their beers were absolutely. And it was just on a warmer day, it would be a really nice place to hang. It was cold the day we went, but the guy did turn on the heater for us.
Yeah, they had those.
They had the
I think
propane
you see it in the
thingies.
video. I learned how to operate that today.
Oh, nice. You'll hear more about that adventure later. But that's our New Orleans report. We didn't do them all. We just kind of did the best. That's what we do.
Yeah,
We
can't do them all.
We cherry pick the ones that we know we want to do. And anyway, beer in New Orleans, gumbo.
Just go to New Orleans.
We did have some gumbo.
We had some gumbo.
Oh,
Rice and beans.
This is why sometimes we forget to call the brewery before you show up, because you go on the website, it says open now, and then you show up and the door's locked. Why?
Closed for private party.
That happened to
whatever.
us. That happened to us in New Orleans. So there should have been one more brewery on this video, but couldn't get in. Anyway, I don't remember the name of it. Cheers.
All right. Cheers.
Don't forget to subscribe.